focus on special teams the way that maybe they should?
Yeah, I do. I really do, and I think it goes back to the head coach. What does he envision? What's the importance he places on it? And me and Coach Pittman got to be pretty close. We were neighbors actually, but we worked together a lot with field goal. He was, in charge of the big guys up front, but schematic-wise, and we're coming up with our fakes for the games. We spent a lot of time together on that, and so I think he realized the importance of that.
You said you talked to Connor. Was there any appreciation for those guys, these special teams guys, having a coach that they can go to? Because it seems like there was always, it was Coach Lunny this year, another guy another year, but now they've got you who they can really focus on.
Yeah, I really do. I think, when you can leave the special teams meeting with everybody, you got one or two things are going to happen. You're either going to go meet with your coach, which is Coach Fountain now, or you say, hey, you go to the locker room, y'all go warm up, whatever, not get coaching. So, yeah, they're excited about it, I think, just to have that coach, And I'm excited. I've enjoyed just working with specialists, and I've been blessed. We had Daniel Carlson at Auburn with the Raiders now. Cody Parkey is with the Titans now, and Josh Harris is with the Falcons now as a long snapper. But I think a lot of that just has to do with being able to focus on that area.
Defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, when they get asked, it's like, well, what's your philosophy? What's your style? Well, when someone asks that to a special teams coach, is there an answer to that question?
I think so. I think for me, I want to play fast and physical. Really do, and want to be an aggressive style of special teams. So we want to be able to, when you get into the special teams world, you talk about offense and defense. Well, offense want to be multiple, right? A lot of times defense want to be multiple on special teams, not be multiple in your coverage units. And then when you're on your return units, I always feel like you play really fast and aggressive.
I know that you haven't been around here, but in the past couple of years, Arkansas fans are craving good special teams. They want a guy who can kick well. They want a good kind of punter, which is kind of funny when you look at a fan base and their wants. Is that any added pressure for you to come in here and try to turn that around?
So always pressure. There's always pressure in college football, especially in the SEC West. But my thought this year, we're going to go into this thing, evaluate the spring, try to bring in these guys to fill in some holes. And then my hope is to go out next year and really look nationally for the best kicker, punter, and long snapper in the country, unless that guy's already on a football team.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much.
Great meeting
Alyssa,
you.
nice to meet you.
Melissa.
Coach, you mentioned you and Coach Pittman were neighbors. He told us about how he just kind of walked across the street and offered you a job. What was the hiring process like for you?
Well, I don't know if it was that simple, but we were neighbors, and we talked some about it. Just in passing, he would say, there's a chance I might get that job. I don't know. He said, I don't know if I will or not, but if I do, would you come? That kind of went on for probably 4 or 5 weeks. And that was really kind of started hitting about the SEC championship game, and then the morning after the Sugar Bowl, or really that night after the Sugar Bowl, he said, hey, I'm gonna reach out to Coach Smart tomorrow if you're interested. I said, okay, so he did. And that was kind of the process, kind of back and forth, but it was always more if I get the job. And then when he got it, he reached out, and then after the Sugar Bowl that night, he reached out. So the next, I guess a day later, I had to go talk to Coach Smart about it. But it was kind of a little bit of a courting process, but him hoping that he got the job here at Arkansas.
I don't know if are you able to talk about the two preferred walk-on kickers that
We can.
can't?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is other than we brought 2 in, and we're still actively looking for the some other guys, And when I first got here, there's just no scholarships there because they've been here for a month and they've been talking O&D, and nobody's really representing teams, right? So when I get here, I start working on that, but we're going to. Possibly look in the grad transfer area if there's a need there. And if there is, then we'll go in that direction. If not, I always have liked to have 3 kickers, 3 punters, 3 long snappers in the program. And not that many scholarships, but try to put a scholarship on a kicker, a punter, and a long snapper, and then find really good walk-ons to play those roles. And I mean, like Rodrigo, they had at Georgia, he was a walk-on that beat a scholarship guy that went on to be the Lou Groza winner. So you just never know, but you want quality players in the program and not just guys. And if we can go out and get quality players, I think that makes a big difference.
How challenging is that? Because you usually don't offer a kicker, a punter, a scholarship straight out of high school. I mean, how difficult is it to go recruiting those guys and identifying which guys you want to bring in?
Yeah, I think when you get to high school, first and foremost, you got to get started early, and to get the great ones, because there's a few great ones, there's a lot of good ones, and then there's a lot that ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? So if you get started early and make that decision early, that's huge. So for us this year, you know, we're looking more who we have here and grad transfers. You know, what's out there? Are they good enough? And then our thought moving forward would be next year, let's go out and try to get the best in the country, unless that person's already here on the football team.